OW Chicago, and we are back again on a marvelous Monday. I mean, it is absolutely fabulous outside, and if you are not outside, getting some of this fresh air, getting some of this sun, seeing people, meeting people, conversing with people, having a smile on your face, well then I guess you're just not ready for this DAY. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. Yeah, sunshine is everywhere. Energy, vibrations, high, kinetic. Yes, most uplifting. And it is my hopes that you feel that way today. Because if not, shame on you. Shame on you. There should never be a time in your life in 2025 where you feel that you can't rise above the circumstances that are presented before you. Look at what happened to the people back in 1921 down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, the Greenwood District. Yeah, the Greenwood District. But before we get started and into the Greenwood District and among many other things, first I want to talk about this 73-year-old Joe Zakuba. I did a story on him maybe 2 years ago in regards to him stabbing to death a 6-year-old Palestinian boy because he was a Muslim. Well, Joe Zakuba has died in custody. He won't even get to see the years that he's facing in prison because he's no longer with us. He's unalived. And rightfully so. I guess if I would have done what he had done, I probably deserved to have died in prison too. Well, he wasn't in prison, he was in jail, okay? He was in jail. What else is going on in Chicago before we get to this here? Remember I told you about the robberies that was taking place in Chicago and how I was going to have a number for you all in regards to those robberies, and this was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, but I have got those numbers, and according to the reports, there has been over 30 robberies within those 2 weeks. That's outrageous. I'm sure that there are some robberies that got unreported. Some people don't like to be in the news. Some people don't like to call the cops. Some of them are vigilantes themselves. Think about it. If your family member was a victim of a crime and you know that you could handle the situation, would you call the cops? Would you report it? Would you let the offender think that he got away with it? That's what some people here in Chicago do. So yeah, that's your numbers. Over 30. And it's all... Can't say that. I'll leave that alone. We know who commits the robberies here in Chicago. And for all of those who are out there in the chat room, I want to say thank you for being here, because you could have been doing something else with someone else. But you decided to stop by to see what we had to say, and we thank you, and we want to tip our hat to you. Okay? Now here it is. You have a lot of people on social media that's going buck wild over this all-white town in Arkansas, Ozark Hills, Arkansas. Let me tell you something, especially all you black people out there. This ain't nothing new. Them wanted to have an all-white town. They've been having all-white towns in America. They've been going on for centuries. If you think I'm lying, go just check out Mille Lacs, Minnesota. Just go check out Polson, Montana. Just go check out some places that's in Idaho. I've been to these places. There is certain towns in Oregon that you can go to. That's all white. Many people want to put a race stamp on it because they got returned to the land, RTTL, down there in Arkansas. I think it's like 163 acres of land. And so far you got 40 people or residents right now that are living on the land. And they say that there are 2 or 3 more sites that's being constructed right now. And these all-white towns are composed of Christians. I'm going to say that again. Christians, aka Klans people. Now, if you think that Christians are not Klans people, who do you think taught you Christianity? Who do you think gave you Christianity? And for what purpose? Huh? Come on now. This is 2025. We got to think a little here, okay? We got to think a little here and be real with the honest truths that lie out before themselves. The truth tell the story themselves. You cannot deny truth or facts historically. In our religions, hell, Islam was for Arab rule. Christianity was for Caucasian rule. And Judaism was for the Jews. Okay? Now, we're not talking about the original Jews because we know who the original Jews are, but we're talking about this 13 tribe called the Khazars. All of this is nothing new. As in the words of one famous YouTuber, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam is like 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, and Eminem. Okay? Give you the same poison, just a little different, but has the same effect. You dig that? But this is nothing new in white America, this little Ozark Hill town. You see 1921? Do y'all understand what happened in the Greenwood district in Tulsa, Oklahoma, when the United States government dropped bombs on that black town, burned it all to death? Huh? All because of a racial lie? Over a racial lie when you had the black man and the white woman? Go on more powers and check out what I did in Black Wall Street. It will amaze you there, especially the staircase to nowhere, the stairs to nowhere. But getting back to the 1921 massacre, okay? Town was burned down to the ground. Black people were shot and killed, all by a white mob, all because of a racial lie. And the police took part of the destruction of the black town as well. Christians! I'm just saying. Now, over here in Arkansas, before the 1921, you had an Elaine massacre in 1919 in Arkansas. Arkansas has been known for hatefulness. Mississippi has been known for hatefulness. Alabama, Louisiana, Texas. This is nothing new. I don't understand what black people are making this such a big deal. We see what's going on. Yes, we should speak about it. We should speak about it. Because the helm of this here, you know, let's make America great again, Mr. Trump. But the idea of this all-white town started before Donald Trump even got into office this term. Mind you that the mindset of your former slave masters have not changed. The mindset. And as far as making them an all-white town, why don't they go back to Europe, okay? Why don't they go back to Europe and do that? They steal the land barbarically, savagely. Steal the land, make you a slave on the land, which was already yours. And now, they want to build an all-white town. It's been that way. For all of you black people that's out there, what are we going to do? This is illegal. Yes, it is illegal. White America has been illegal since its foundation. White America has been illegal since its foundation. So they want to be separatists. Okay. However, when Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Louis Farrakhan, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Joseph Benja Hakanen, and many others. That's just to name a few of the master teachers who already told black people what to do. Black people screaming on what are we going to do? How do we solve the problem? They already gave you the information. How much more information do you need? And if you notice, I didn't say Dr. King, because Dr. King was a lollipop. He was a sucker. Some even say that he was a sellout. But after he found out what was really going on, it was too late, because he mainstreamed black people's mindset into integration. He did that. But it was too late. So today, we have to change a brother's mentality.
Ready to pair.
We have to change a brother's mentality. If you don't change your mentality, there is no hope for you and your children. There is no hope for me and my grandchildren. You have to change a brother's mentality. You talk about all of those white people over there, and some of them are federal agents and police officers. KKK. The KKK. You all should get off that and do what the master teachers told us to do. But you're so brainwashed because you can't change a brother's mentality, because you're not understanding anything and don't care about the information and the strategies that these great black leaders that came in our presence, that has come and gone. Some went violently, some went peacefully. Most of them went peacefully, with the exception of Malcolm X, all of the ones that I named. Even the Black Panther Party told you what to do. And no, Jesse Jackson was not the founder of the Rainbow Coalition. It was Fred Hampton. I'm just saying. Another thing I left out on Chicago, but I'll get back to that. We have to do what they doing. Why you want to talk about it? Yes, they should go back to Europe. Yes, Donald Trump should deport all their ass, because all of them are immigrants. All of them came over here and stole everything. So he should deport all of the Europeans that's here. All of them. What do you think? Even his wife should be deported. And he's talking about how he has the power to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, a couple of years ago, I did a video on her. And do you know they took my views down? YouTube, you all took my views down on Ghislaine Maxwell years ago. When I first did that video had over, I don't know, 200 and some videos. This was years ago. But now it's only got 25. It don't even have 30 views right now. Where did those views go? See? White supremacy. Now the Jews run this But are they under the leadership of white supremacy? I'm just asking, why is my numbers gone, YouTube? Why is my numbers gone from that? Because we're going to get back on this. We're going to get back on Donald Trump. We're going to get back on the all-white town and those other topics that is in the title. But what happened to my views, YouTube, on Ghislaine Maxwell? What happened to that? I'm waiting. But anyway, all of you brothers out there, you have to change a brother's mentality. Elevate your energy, elevate your thinking, elevate the possibilities of what could be. We talk about the injustice that takes place in America. We talk about the injustice that take place in America, but yet and still we are doing a lot of unjustly things to our own selves. To our own selves. And then sometimes we elect people like Donald Trump who abuse his power. And he's a racist. America knows it. He's a racist. And all of those who elected him think like him. All of those. Even the black people, because they racist against themselves. That's why they can't get nowhere. You voted a Heil Hitler into office and you knew that he was Heil Hitler. Look at his cabinet. Look at all of the things that he has done to make people of color more disadvantaged. Take them back to the slave factory, to the slave fields. That's why he got rid of all of those immigrants, farmers. Who do you think is going to work those fields? Do you think it's going to be Caucasians? Do you? Elijah Muhammad told you that the white man is the devil. Stop me when I'm lying. Stop me when I'm lying. From Africa to America, from Africa to America and all the rest around the world, people of color have been what? Beat to death, robbed, lynched, stoned, castrated, raped, burned, lynched. All by who? White people. Caucasians, who not only rule this country, but rule the present world in which we live in. Master teachers came and gave you the information on what we needed to do. You all say that Elijah Muhammad was a racist because he wanted to separate from these people. He wanted the government to give a state to black people. Not that we go buy it, because America owes us that. But what these white people do down there in Ozark Hills, they went and purchased the land as an LLC, limited liability company, trying to circumvent the civil rights laws. And what kills me about this, like I said, you got federal agents and the police who are actually living in this town. They should be disqualified of their jobs right now. What do you think? Seeing that this is very, very unconstitutional. But black people in America have lived in injustice for over 400 years. Now, for all of you gangsters out there, you real people out there, that's down there in Arkansas and next door neighbor, Memphis, where you got all of the killer rappers at. Let's see what you all do in Ozark Hills, Arkansas. Let's see what you do in Ozark Hills, Arkansas. Many black people that's down there in Arkansas don't even know their history. These young people most definitely don't know their history. They most definitely don't know about the 1919 massacre that took place in Arkansas. They don't know about all of them little black boys that they held up in that barn. Huh? They don't know about that because they're too distracted and brainwashed with Gucci Mane, with the Young Dolph Killers. Uh-huh. And what's the other favorite rapper that's down there that's dating Russell Simmons' daughter? Yo Gotti. What all of you Memphis Crips and Bloods and gangbangers gonna do about Ozark Hills, Arkansas? What are you gonna do about that since you're so gangster? You mean to tell me that they can burn down every progressive black town that was here in America with no repercussions? With no repercussions? What do you think should take place in Ozark Hills, Arkansas? What's going to happen there? Can black people drive through that town? Will they be stopped? Will they be searched? Will they be beat by the police and the federal agents that already stay there? And like I said, this is already happening. Just ask Rodney King. Just ask Freddie Gray. Just ask Michael Brown. Just ask Breonna Taylor. It's a whole string of names. Just ask attorney Benjamin Crump. Ask him. Ask those Jacksonville police officers, one of whom got fired, which rightfully so he should have been. No, I'm not inciting violence or rioting. No. What I'm telling you black people is to think. What's the big thing about it? And if you felt that way about it, why are you not doing your own thing like that? Huh? Well, you can patrol your own community. Well, you don't need no white police to beat you down and have you straddled against the wall every day. Having your children look at you being degraded as a man. But you yourself have to respect yourself to be a man. Huh? What are y'all saying out there in that chat room? I can't, oh, you love Russia? Hello from Spain, boss. That's what's up. We got people out there that's loving Russia. We got people that's loving Spain out there. Who else we got out here? I got a sun glare, so I'm trying to see. But anyway, I want to thank you all again for being out here in this chat room because, like I said, you could have been somewhere else with someone else doing something else. So I thank you all for being here today. And like I said, Donald Trump says that he could pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. He can. And he is. You know why? Because he's caught up in those Jeff Epstein files. He's caught up in those Jeff Epstein files. There are photos that America has seen with him associating himself with Jeff Epstein, yet and still Donald Trump lied and said that he never even took a photo with the man. He don't know what you all are talking about. He said, why don't you all Trump supporters just forget about it? But how can we forget about it when you dead busted, man? I don't understand why this guy is still in office today. Even those Trump supporters are really mad at you. You know, those that are in the House and the Senate right now. This should be a reason for you all to get Donald Trump out of office right here. Isn't this enough to associate himself with a sex trafficker, a known sex trafficker, be on the island of a sex trafficker, having sex with all of those young girls? You know Donald Trump did stuff like that. Y'all don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. And then to try to get the heat off himself, he want to blame Barack Obama and how he should be in jail in regards to some election. He want to put Oprah Winfrey in jail because of receiving some endorsements. Hell, Donald Trump, how many people did you give money to that's black artists to help promote your presidency? Huh? Yeah. Y'all remember Nelly, right? Y'all remember Lil Wayne, right? You remember? You know, Donald Trump does not do anything for a reason. He does not like black people. He has shown you this every day since he's been in office. And he fooled you all the first time that he was in office. But now he's really sticking it to you. However, we the people need to get him out of there. Some kind of way. All of you voters that's out there, all of you politicians that's out there that speak against sex trafficking. And look, if I was part of a sex trafficking ring, if I had a picture with a sex trafficker, they have me in jail right now, in cuffs, waiting to bury me. Even though I didn't participate at all. I just got invited. But I shouldn't have been there, right? Because I knew what was going on, right? Don't make no excuse for Donald Trump. Some people even say that Jeff is alive, that he's not dead. There's a great possibility of that. Has anybody seen his body? Body on the news that he was dead? And if they did, which I never did see, it possibly could have been or would be one of those cadavers, a fake body. But no one's seen Jeff Epstein, hang himself. They didn't show us those tapes. They didn't release that footage to us. They wasn't transparent with us. If I'm not mistaken, can anybody help me? Am I right or am I wrong? If I'm wrong, let me know so I can be corrected right now. But I don't remember seeing any death images of Jeff Epstein. Like I said, many big YouTubers say that he's alive. Nobody knows except Jeff Epstein and those police officers and Donald Trump. And this same Maxwell, whom he say that he can pardon even though she had an explicit role in recruiting those girls to be sex trafficked. And he is going to pardon a sex trafficker, not a gang leader like Hoover, but a sex trafficker. That's why Diddy chilling now, because he know that Donald Trump is going to pardon him. If Donald Trump has the power to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, the British socialist, he can pardon Puff. He can pardon anybody that he wants to in the country. But why would he pardon a sex trafficker? One who recruited. He says that he wants to get rid of all of these violent people, these violent criminals. Isn't sex trafficking violent? Isn't that a major crime? You're making people slaves. That's worse than a murder to me. What do you think? I say that's worse than a murder to me. What do you think? You want to lock Oprah Winfrey for receiving donations or endorsing, a couple of $1 million? Look how many millions of dollars that you done stole and continue to steal, you and your cabinet, Donald Trump. How many millions have you given to Elon Musk, Donald Trump? And Elon Musk gave away millions of dollars to people to vote for you. Isn't that illegal? I don't know. What do I know? Right? What do I know, right? Injustices take place every day right in your face. Right in your face. And you ain't screaming about that. And if you are screaming about it, and you are a person of color like myself, because white people in America are not screaming for justice. They screaming to get Donald Trump ass out of office, okay? That's what they screaming about. They not screaming about your injustice. They screaming about that which affects them. Now, you have some white people that ride. Yeah. And they should. Because they are in the same boat. And they are fed up with America's racism and America's #1 domestic terrorist, which is the Caucasian man. And you don't have to be a police for that. No, you don't. All of this stuff is nothing new, you all. Catch up. And if you want to make a change, be the change that you want to see. Stop talking about the problem and create the solutions. All of the solutions and strategies have been laid out before you with the master teachers. As in the words of the former Black Panther, Bobby Rush, and has been a senator for decades, said that it's apparent that black people don't want to be awakened. Something to that effect. I said the quote a couple of months ago. But it's obvious. With all of the great black minds that have come and gone, and you still tell me that you don't know what to do? The reason that we can't get ahead is because people who say that they don't know what to do aren't up to date and don't even care to be up to date. Don't care to read. Don't care to watch the positive videos that will give you the information that you need to rebuild yourself, to rebuild your family, to rebuild your neighborhood, so that it can be a community where you are the landlords. One YouTuber said that we don't need more rappers, we need landlords. I agree. I agree. What do you think? Do you think we need more landlords than rappers? Or do you think that we need rappers who can make the money and become landlords? I'm just saying. How about that, Dr. Boyce Watkins? How about that? What if these rappers become the landlords? How else are they supposed to get the money? Because the athletes and the entertainers, you know, the musical industry, the music industry, you know, they're not helping, but they're rappers. Now, I do give credit to the Hot Boys back in the day when they did buy up the projects that they owned. And here it is, you have a millionaire by the name of T.I. who bought some homes and is charging people low rent to stay in those homes. Do you think he should let them stay there for free? Or do you think he should charge them? Now, I forget how much that he's charging them, but it's according to their income. But he's doing something, you know what I mean? But I respect the Hot Boys back in the day who bought all of that. All of that which they used to stay at in Louisiana. And then here comes Hurricane Katrina and washed it all away. Sounds like a Lake Lanier project to me. And if you all don't know about Lake Lanier in Georgia, go look it up. If you don't know about Black Wall Street in the Greenwood District, go look it up or go over to my other channel, MOPOWERZ, here on YOUTUBE, and find the stories of the legacy of the famous Black Wall Street that white America burned down to the ground. Go check out Lake Lanier, where they flooded the all-black town. Go check out the massacre of Elaine in Arkansas in 1919. There's so many events that has taken place that is being washed away from books, from the minds of those who are distracted with the foolishness of America. It's 100. You can take it or leave it. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. But you all think about that. And if you are into more knowledge, you know, getting more meat on your head, or you're into traveling, go over to my other channel, MOPOWERZ, here on YOUTUBE, and find the likes of Black Man of the Nile and his family, Stolen Legacy, From Babylon to Timbuktu, the destruction of black civilization, the message to the black men of America, From Alchemy to Wicca, the chronological order, that is, the demonology of King James, As a Man Thinketh, Kemet on Trial, the miseducation of the Negro, the world's 16 crucified saviors, and all of the rest of those informative videos that you got. Go check out those videos. Go check the videos out. And while or after you check those videos out, take a ride with me all across the U.S. From Florida to Maine, from Maine back down to Florida, from Florida all the way over to California, from California up to Washington, and Washington all the way back over to Maine, which is a 3,000 by 2,000 mile area. So that's 6,000 square miles. Take that ride with me to the Mopop Museum. Take that ride with me to the Black Holocaust Museum in Milwaukee. Take the ride with me to the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis. Take a ride with me to the Georgia Guidestones. Take a ride with me down to Tennessee. Take a ride with me down to Atlanta. Take a ride with me to Polson, Montana. Take a ride with me to Yellowstone National Park. Take a ride with me to Niagara Falls. Take a ride with me to the Grand Canyon. Take a ride with me, man. All over there on MOPOWERZ here on YOUTUBE. And if you are in Chicago, old school, hip hop, R&B, spoken word, independent movies, comedy, go over to my other channel, THEMOSHOW Classics, all one word, no space, here on YOUTUBE, and find the likes of Twister, Shauna, Triple Darkness, Mecca, Affiliated Fellas, The Nomads, Psychodrama, Crucial Conflict. Yeah, go over there. We got that. We got Dion Cole. We got Reg. We got Quintella. We got Snoop. We got a whole lot of people over there at the Red Pepper Lounge celebrating the HBO legend Diane Carter's birthday. THEMOSHOW Classics, all one word, no space, here on YOUTUBE. And do what? Like, share, and subscribe. And on this channel, we got that smoke. We got that smoke with none other than Minister Louis Farrakhan. We got that smoke with Dr. Amos Wilson. We got that smoke with Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. We got that smoke with Dr. John Henry Clark. All on this channel. All on this channel. And we got that smoke later on tonight on this channel. And by the way, before I leave, the other information that I wanted to give out in regards to Chicago before I started was about the Black Panther plaques that are going to be situated all over in certain areas where the Black Panther Party here in Chicago had movement, even in Peoria and all across Illinois. Wherever they stomped and had things that was going, that was benefiting the children, they did that. They got a monument over here, a plaque over here at 2350 West Madison, where the former headquarters for the Chicago Black Panther Party was at. They have one at 2337 over here on West Monroe, which is the next block over from 2350 West Madison, where the infamous massacre took place and the murder of Fred Hampton took place back in 1969. Yeah, a block away, they got another plaque. They got another plaque over here on 15th and Pulaski. So if you all get a chance, go over there, check out those plaques, have some type of history review with yourself. If you don't understand where you're going or where you were, you don't know where you're going. If you don't know where you came from, you can't have the sight of where you're going or where you want to be or what you want to do. But you have to be the change that you want to see in the world. It has to start with you. And on your way out the door, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the word all to help ensure that you get notifications when we upload videos on YOUTUBE. And also press those condiments to like and to share. Share the information with relatives, friends come to contact with. It is a magnificent way to jumpstart your CONVERSATION. And by the way, we do accept contributions and donations and super chats on this channel. Feel free to donate. We appreciate all donations and contributions. So like, share, subscribe, and join. Thanks for viewing, you all. That's my time. It's your host with the most, Mo on THEMOSHOW Chicago. And as always, before I leave, I want to say thank you and never give up on your DREAMS.